Hello, I'm Dr. Simran. So today we'll be talking about sleep. Getting a good night's sleep is incredibly important for you and your health. In fact, is as important as getting a good, nutritious, balanced diet and exercising. Having a good, rested sleep has many benefits on your health and your body, and also being deprivative has all negative effects on your body, and we'll discuss about them now. The main thing which sleep affects is the CNS function, the body's CNS function, that is the central nervous system, and in that it affects the cognition, the productivity, the you can say concentration, and the memory. So getting a good sleep is really important to maintain all of these. Studies have shown that cognition, productivity, concentration, all are negatively impacted when a person is sleep deprived. Secondly, we will talk about the memory and the effect on problem solving skills. So any person who is well rested has very good problem solving skills, and the sleep also enhances the memory. That is really important, especially in the cases of young adolescents or kids when they're studying, even in adults. Thirdly, it has effects on your heart. The lack of sleep has effects on your heart, on your metabolic functions, and many other organ systems as well. So, the study has shown that a person who's sleep deprived or who sleeps less than 7 hours a day has increased risk of death by 13%, which is related to heart diseases. Also, many studies have shown that lack of sleep can increase the incidence or the prevalence of hypertension, especially in cases of obstructive sleep apnea. That is a condition where a person finds difficulty in breathing while sleeping. So, that being said, another consequence of lack of sleep is obesity. It increases the chances and the risk of person being obese, and in turn causes increased risk of metabolic syndrome. Another consequence of being sleep deprived is the effect of lack of sleep on our weight maintenance and weight gain. So people who are sleep deprived are their body tends to release more of a hormone called ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, and it decreases the levels of leptin, which is a satiety hormone in our body. So increase anybody who's sleep deprived, the levels of ghrelin, that is the hunger hormone, increases. It causes the body to feel more hungry whenever the person wakes up or during throughout the day, and that leads to overeating, increased calorie intake. Another reason is it also affects the hormone imbalance, hormone function in the body. It decreases the insulin sensitivity of the body. That means that the reaction or the work of insulin in the body decreases. That means that the glucose and all the sugars you're having in your body, or with whatever you're eating, are being less metabolized by the insulin, and that is really important for maintenance of a good health and a good weight in the body. And the consequence of having lack of sleep is on our body's function in doing physical activity. So it affects negatively impacts the physical activity of the body. That means that it decreases the athletic performance, it decreases the reaction time, it decreases the fine motor skills, it also decreases the recovery and muscle power and the endurance if you are sleep deprived. This in turn leads to more hazard and more risk of having workplace injuries. When you're not alert and you're not motivated to work, this increases the risk of having hazardous workplace injuries, especially in cases when we see here. So people who are working in different departments, engineering, etc., in garden, anywhere. So they're more prone to having injuries if you're sleep deprived, because your reaction times, your fine motor skills are all decreased if you're sleep deprived. Thirdly, we'll talk about the effect of sleep on our immune system as well. Many studies have shown that proper sleep improves the body's antibody reaction or responses to different vaccines. Also, it helps fight cold. Many people who are sleep deprived, they tend to have more symptoms, and more often they get cold. That is one of the studies which is recently being done. And then another signs of being sleep deprived can be seen as the form of depression. So many studies have shown that people who sleep less or who are sleep deprived, they can have depression. Lack of sleep can be the onset of depression. It can lead to the beginning of depression. And another thing is that people who are sleeping excessively or who are sleeping more, it can be one of the signs and symptoms of depression. So this has to be very well understood that both the problems, lack of sleep and excessive sleep, can cause behavioral and mood changes in one or the other way in the body. Then lastly, we'll talk about the workplace hazards, workplace injuries, because of the given decreased reaction times. People usually are not alert enough, they are not motivated enough while they're at work, especially post lunch. So for having or to preventing that kind of environment, even for yourself and for others, you must have a good proper night's sleep just before the day when you're working, and this must be followed religiously. Though individual needs may vary, most researchers, they suggest that any adult must sleep for anywhere between 7 to 9 hours per night, which is very optimal to maintaining a good health. And the best time to sleep is around 10 to 11 p.m. during night hours. And just as you prioritize your diet and physical activity, you must give sleep the equal amount of attention as much as it deserves. And all in all, getting a proper sleep is important for everyone's health and safety.